Sure, you guys have noticed I have taken a little break and we're not uploading as many videos as usual, and I don't normally do Sandbox style videos, and I was even tweeting earlier today that I'm kind of feeling kind of apathetic towards Bungie's Sandbox tuning because it's far too infrequent and not particularly significant. However, this time they have actually made quite a lot of very interesting changes, and I just wanted to dive into these and just let you guys know what exactly is happening and how the Crucible might be shaping up when Beyond Light drops. So the first significant thing I wanted to mention is that aggressive frame hand cannons are now being increased to 120 RPM, which is really interesting, and they are also having a much further range drop off at 32 meters. Now, adaptive and precision frame hand cannons have also received some pretty interesting changes. Now, the range stat definitely has more impact on the minimum damage fall off for adaptives. So it's at 20 meters, it's now at 25, which is really nice. Precision hand cannons have had a magazine buff. Precision hand cannons are certainly not going to be in the meta at all. 110s might be. Now here's the big part. Lightweight hand cannons have now been scrapped and they will all become 140 RPM hand cannons. So basically they're all becoming adaptive. This is really interesting, and I'm actually kind of excited by this change. Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten also will be becoming 140 RPM. One exotic hand cannon will retain 150, and that is Sunshot. So every single 150 RPM hand cannon in the game is now going to become a 140 RPM hand cannon. And this is very interesting because I was kind of hoping that 140s would maybe require one less crit to kill, which would make them, you know, really viable. But then people will probably drop 150s altogether at that point. So yeah, maybe this is a happy medium. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. Obviously 140 hand cannons were the meta in Destiny 1, so you know, I'm quite pleased with that change. You might want to get ready to, you know, get used to 140s, maybe bust out some 140s. Nations of Beast, anyone? Give that a little try. Auto rifles, 600 RPMs are getting a nerf. Damage per bullet reduced from 15.75 to 14.25. That's a pretty big nerf actually, but they're still going to be good. They're still going to be good, but it's a pretty big nerf too. So if you've been closing your eyes and spraying for the past 6 months, you might want to open your eyes. Scout rifles are actually doing something to scout rifles as well. Increase how much aim assist they're getting, or some aim assist cones and all that kind of thing. I was kind of hoping for maybe some body shot buffs here to scout rifles, but at least they're doing something to them. Now I also obviously wanted to mention sniper rifles. They're adjusting aim assist and how it is affected by sniper rifle zoom level. So lower zoom scopes have less aim assist, higher zoom scopes have more. Scopes with around 50 zoom are unchanged. Lowest zoom scopes have a large reduction in AA cone angle. Highest zoom scopes have a small increase. I think this will be interesting, and maybe now you'll have to work for your sniper headshots a little bit more, which would definitely be nice. Maybe it will even help with, you know, getting flinched out of primary shots into a sniper death, who knows. Also, the mountaintop is getting a nerf, and this is the other big change that I'm really pleased is coming. You can see right here, we've had a ton of feedback that mountaintop feels a bit over the top in Crucible modes. I mean, yeah, that's one way to put it. This pinnacle weapon has had ample time to shine, it most certainly has. So basically, here are the changes. Reduced splash damage by 33%, increased impact damage such that total damage is 5% lower than before, reduced projectile velocity multiplier from the micro missile perk from 1.4 to 1.2, i.e. it is now 20% faster than the other breach grenade launchers instead of 40%. And they also reduced the in-air accuracy, now has significant projectile error while in air. I don't know what that means, but I'm all for it though. This is substantially less with an Icarus grip. Also some interesting changes to Mida Minitool and the Drang. They're getting some slight changes to them as well. A couple of other changes here. Jade Rabbit, armor piercing rounds swapped to high caliber rounds. Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. Also some big changes coming to Trials of Osiris. Adept Weapons. This is how Adept Weapons will differ from base weapons. Masterworking in Adept Weapon grants additional stats, plus 10 for the primary stat as usual, the specific masterwork of the weapon, plus 3 for all alternate stats. Adept Weapons can use either a standard weapon mod or a new Adept Weapon mod earned when going Fallless. A new Adept shader has been made for these weapons. Note, these shaders are not awarded as a consumable when dismantling an Adept weapon. As such, they cannot be applied to other pieces of gear. That's a nice little touch of exclusivity. I do like that quite a bit. Adept Weapon Mods. These mods come in 2 varieties. Weapon stat boosts, each of which grants 10 plus to a particular stat in a similar way to Masterwork stat. Example, Adept Range plus 10. So you could have plus 10 range and plus 10 stability. That's kind of interesting. Versions of some existing mods grant an improved bonus, but with a downside. Base version of the mod explained below. Adept Mag plus 40 minus 20. Backup mag is 30 magazine. Oh, okay, I see. This is interesting. I really like that, man. I really do like that. Acquisition. To earn Adept Weapons and Adept Weapon Mods, players must compete in a Fallless Trials passage and open the Fallless chest at the Lighthouse. Each week, a different Adept mod can drop from the Fallless chest. So this is interesting, man. Hopefully this pulls people in to play Trials. Obviously, as you guys know, Bungie have sued some of the major companies who provide cheats for all these cowards who have been ruining Trials of Osiris. So, you know, with Adept Weapons and perhaps maybe no more cheaters, Trials could once again become a thriving environment like it was in Destiny 1. These Sandbox changes look really good. I think it's funny, I was very cynical, very apathetic. Like I said, they haven't made many changes. I don't like that we have to wait until before a DLC for significant changes to happen, but at least this time they have made some big changes, and Crucible will definitely be getting a much needed new lick of paint come November 10th or November 15th, whenever Beyond Light's coming out. So yeah guys, that's pretty interesting. I thought I would just let you guys know these changes are coming, big Crucible changes. That's why I actually did a video on the TWAB. I never normally do this because Crucible's never normally a topic of discussion. So yeah man, that's it from me. Hope this information is useful to you guys, and you know, let's see what happens in Beyond Light.